There you go. So thanks everyone for being at our AGM for Homebirth New South Wales. I'm really excited to sort of update you about what we have done this year. There's been a lot happening and a lot of new changes coming up. And most of you that are here will already know all about it because you're part of the committee. So first up with housekeeping, if you don't want to be recorded or if there's lots of noise in the background, just turn your camera or microphone off respectively. And in terms of toilets and all of those sorts of things, I'm sure you know where they are because they're in your own homes. So is anyone able to accept our minutes from our previous meeting on the 28th?
I can.
Awesome. Thank you, Josie. All right. So I'm just going to do AGM stuff rather than our generalized committee meeting stuff. So we usually run over what we've achieved in the past year. And this year I'm looking at the list and just pretty blown away, really. So we have been supporting the Homebirth Australia organisation with their virtual conference, which is coming in February. Not like very soon, as in it is February, and it's very, very soon. So if you're open to, being a part of that and, getting involved in conference, watching it, you can get tickets online. So please do. We have continued updating and sharing the National Homebirth Register, which has been really successful in connecting women with midwives around Australia. We've done lots more advertising of private midwives and doulas in New South Wales, which means improved access to home birth for these women. And we've increased our membership base hugely. So thank you to Emma for all of her work with membership and working on that. We've also developed a new model for doulas to sign up and advertise through our website, which Emma has been looking after. And our financial situation has been significantly strengthened. So we'll run over financials in a moment as well with Santina. But a lot of that is thanks to raffles and also to our amazing marketing woman, Josie, who sadly is leaving us, but is going to be replaced by Amy Todd. So we're really looking forward to transitioning into that sort of marketing role where there's a bit of a team structure, because Josie has worked her butt off for the past couple of years. And we're very grateful for everything you've done, Josie. So thank you. And then we have expanded local groups into various areas. So Donna and Claire are both, and Emma, are running local groups. There are other groups that Virginia is running, and Carly and Jessica. So we've got so many beautiful local home birth groups running now, which is amazing, connecting women to care providers and their community supports. We now have a sponsorship option for businesses that are wanting to support our organisation, which has been really vital for helping us to print and distribute birthings magazines, which we've gotten back into doing, which is super amazing. We've got lots of new volunteers and we're farewelling some key members. So I already mentioned Josie is leaving, but Catherine, our old secretary, is moving on as well, and she's been replaced by Maddie Kovacs. And then we have Phoebe Retrack was our social media lady, and she's been replaced by Jamie Lee Hawkins, and Kristen Begnell is leaving us as advocacy coordinator, but she is now running Homebirth Australia. So she's got a really, really valid part to play in advocacy regardless, but our advocacy role will be vacant. We've transitioned some of our single roles into teams. So marketing is now going to be a team structure rather than all up to one person. And our birthings editorial process has all been, spread out across a full team. And then this not only is helping with sustainability, but we're also hoping will improve succession planning, so that, you know, when someone has to leave, we do have all of those things lined up. We've got people that know what they're doing and they can sort of take over that. And speaking of that, Josie is also our vice president. And with her leaving, we need to replace that vice president somehow. So if anyone is open to, being really heavily involved in basically supporting me in coordinating, provided that I end up voted in again as coordinator, or whoever the president is, that would be amazing, because we do need a vice president. We've done so much. So we've been liaising with Australian College of Midwives, trying to work on barriers for midwives and consequently women. So GP referral refusal has been a big one. Been liaising with other home birth organisations and maternity consumer organisations like Maternity Consumer Network and Maternity Choices Australia. And we've been campaigning for changes with professional indemnity insurance, with Medicare rebates for home birth. And we've also been liaising with local groups and home birth organisations to try and get publicly funded home birth programs up and running in local areas. This has been really difficult during COVID. And so it'll be good to see, how that shifts, because we have witnessed a massive increase in interest in home birth because of the restrictions happening in the hospitals. And also, I think, because people are more aware that home birth is an option now, which is incredible. And we got to celebrate Home Birth Awareness Week and International Day of the Midwife. We had lots of online events throughout Home Birth Awareness Week, thanks to Rebecca Bell, our new events extraordinaire. And we've also created lots of better systems for communicating with members and improving dealing with membership data. Claire has been maintaining our regular newsletter, which has been incredible. So thank you, Claire. And we also have a new member, a volunteer committee member, joining us to do some extra blogging as well, which will be great communication-wise, not just with members, but, you know, the general public as well. And Jamie has done really well with social media. So our social media presence is we have a heaps better reach now, which is incredible. And all of our recordings have been made available on our website. So thanks to Anna for getting recordings up. And I think, and we've published 2 birthings magazines. So thank you to Bonnie and her team for doing so much work with that as well. And I feel like we've just done a lot this year, and hopefully the coming year includes so much more. We do have, in terms of our future advocacy plans, I think it's essentially more of the same. So pushing for wider coverage of publicly funded home birth programs and liaising with hospitals that do offer publicly funded home birth programs to ease some of those restrictions, continuing to create connections, helping to create local community groups like we have been, and strengthening our committee and getting succession planning really up and running. I'm going to hand over to someone at the end of this year, preferably. And so part of my role will also be in helping navigate that and provide the information to whoever takes over after me. And we're going to do more prints and distributions of birthings, which is super exciting, keep consolidating our merchandise, and hopefully really soon we can do some drop shipping and get more affiliates involved, so that, these items are available more widely and broadly. So I think, and the other thing I didn't mention, which is obviously a key part of what we're doing, is continuing to work on our advocacy roles with home birth organisations, maternity consumer organisations, midwifery organisations, as many people as we can get involved with, because there's still lots of barriers for midwives, which then creates barriers for women. And we just want to make it more accessible for everyone. So I think I've done this all a bit backwards, really, but let's do financials and then we can vote our committee in. Make sure everyone's happy to stay where they are. So Santina, would you be happy to, let us know of our financial situation? And sorry, yes. I'm jumping around. My dog is like,
oh,
he keeps nudging me. Take me for a walk now.
Oh, that's cute. Oh, thanks for that, Amy. That's huge.
We've done lots. It's amazing, huh? Yeah.
So I had sent all my paperwork out weeks ago, and I did send out the summary that will go to
ACNC.
So last year we turned a profit of $5,709, which was up a couple of thousand from the previous year. You had already mentioned all the reasons why this was the case. So we had a significant midwife membership sign-ups. We had a huge increase in advertising income.
Yeah.
We didn't do much in terms of merchandise and book sales. They actually decreased from the previous year, but we did rationalise what we had on stock, and we're really only concentrating on that one book. All our fundraising was totally from the October raffle. We did open up an option for donations, which hasn't really attracted much, but hopefully maybe we can sort of put that out there more this year.
Yeah, I don't think we've advertised that very much, so it's something we can, be more.
We can certainly aim for. And the sponsorship, of course, has gone to the printing of birthings, like you said. So that's pretty much the increase in income. Expenses, of course, printing was like a huge jump. Just to give you the figures, last year was 985 in printing, and this year was 5,570. So, and of course, the increase in the number of midwives meant, having to print heaps more magazines. And the other big increase in expenses was postage, but also because of all the mail outs. That's pretty much it, really. So hopefully it just keeps climbing from here with a bit of luck.
Amazing. Thank you, Santina. And thank you for all of your work as well, being our treasurer, and to Arthur as well for all of the merchandising stuff. We are very grateful for both of you.
All good.
Lovely. So now we can head to our voting in our committee. So I have a big long list of positions, and we can elect into them. So if you would like to nominate yourself, please raise your hand or yell out. And if you would prefer to discontinue being a part of the committee, please let me know. We can just have some of our roles vacant, and I'll just keep a list of who is staying on. So I'm happy to nominate myself for president again. If anyone wants to nominate themselves, can you please let me know? There is no movement. Okay. No worries. So I will put my name down. Is everyone okay with me remaining president?
100%.
Absolutely.
Lovely, thank you.
We don't want you to go.
Eventually I'm going to have to. But for now I'm happy to stay on. Our vice president role was Josie, but she's moving on to different things. So does anyone want to nominate for vice president? No? Radio. I will put that one as vacant, and we can advertise for it via our socials and across our membership. Our secretary is Maddie Kovac, and she has said that she's happy to continue. And please just, say if anyone else wants to nominate, just raise your hand or whatever, and we can have a vote. Santina, are you still happy to be our treasurer?
Yeah, look, I'm like you. I'm happy to keep going, but yeah, if anyone, I'm also happy to just, let someone have a go if they are excited about it.
Beautiful. Does anyone else want to be treasurer? I don't think you got much competition there.
This was temporary when I first started.
It's always temporary until it's not, isn't it? Okay, so is everyone happy for Santina to continue? Lovely. Thank you, Santina. Our social media coordinator is Jamie, and she had said that she's happy to stay on, so I'll keep her in there. Our graphic designer for birthings is Rachel Fowler. She's also said she's happy to continue on. Again, if anyone wants to nominate, please put your hand up. Claire, are you happy to stay on as our communications guru? Awesome, thank you. And is everyone happy for Claire staying there? No one wants to nominate? Easy. Bonnie is our birthings editor. Bonnie, are you happy to stay in that role? Yay, thank you. And I think, yeah, is anyone wanting to nominate? No? Amazing, beautiful. And then our associate editors at the moment are Marina and Alicia. I don't know whether they're staying on, so I'm just going to highlight that and speak with them. But last I heard, they were happy to stay on. Amy, are you happy to be our marketing coordinator?
Yes.
Amazing, thank you. And so we'll keep you in there. And I think Amy Osman Hodzik, gosh, I hope I've said that right, is going to be part of the marketing team as well. So that'll be, yeah, amazing. Emma, are you happy to continue on as memberships coordinator and or help a bit with marketing too?
Yes, totally.
Amazing, thank you. And I'm assuming no one else wants to nominate. Just yell out if you do. Our advocacy coordinator is vacant. So Kristen is, focusing on Homebirth Australia advocacy. So if anyone wants to get involved in that, please let me know. Our website coordinator is Anna, and she will continue on with that. She has said she's happy to continue. Arthur, are you happy to stay on as merchandise coordinator?
No one else wants it. I'm happy to stay on. I mean, it's a really easy job at the moment because we don't sell much.
And I do it anyway.
Well, that's the common thing, right? Behind every man is a strong woman. I think I'm not wanting to take over merchandise. Is anyone else? No, I think you've got it, Arthur, if you're happy to stay.
Oh, no worries.
Thank you. And then our midwifery advocacy people are Nadine Fragosa, Erin Quinn, and Caitlin Sibylle. So they're all midwifery students at the moment and have been really helpful in updating what's happening with advocacy. And then our local home birth group coordinators are Carly Humphreys, Jessica Hodgins, Jamie Hawkins, Donna, me, Nadine Fragosa, Virginia Maddock, and Claire. So Claire and Donna, are you still happy to be involved in your coordinating of local groups? Beautiful, thank you. And then the last two are our doula directory coordinator, which is Emma. Emma, are you happy to keep doing doula stuff?
Yeah, totally happy.
Brilliant. And then our events coordinator, which is Rebecca Bell, and she has said that she's happy to continue on. So that is it. We are all in our roles. I think we've already talked about the changes to our committee in that our marketing role has shifted from a single marketing person to a marketing team. And the same for birthings, although that happened at the beginning of last year with our last AGM. is there anything else that anyone wants to discuss? Because that is essentially it for our AGM, to my knowledge. No, excellent. Oh, yep, Amy.
I'm going to ask a really dumb question because I don't have all of the background. But what do we do at the moment in terms of the merchandising stuff?
So merchandise stays with Arthur and Santina. There's only really a few different books that we are selling, I think. We don't have any other merchandise at the moment, do we?
No, we've got a box of those little,
Oh, the bibs and stuff.
Those little, no bibs, just T-shirts.
Oh, yeah.
They just sit there. I don't think,
I don't think we've ever sold one of those.
A couple of years ago, we sold a couple of them, but they haven't moved. And then, we got rid of all those boxes and boxes of, what was it, a midwife's memoirs? Yeah. The memoirs of a midwife.
Oh, yeah.
We just had boxes and boxes, and I think we were just putting them in, giving them to midwives or welcome packs or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, at the moment, we've really just got down to earth birth book, and I'm going to talk about when Max was born. It's really just what's on the website.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
But it is really difficult for groups like us to sell books and make a profit, because my price is higher than the Amazon retail price.
Yeah.
Talks about postage.
Yeah,
and postage is really expensive.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you.
Awesome. No, that's good. And we were talking about to try and, I guess, simplify the merchandising side of things, but also have more things available on offer. We were talking about drop shipping, which I will just say I really don't have a great understanding of, but I know Kristen Begnell, who was our advocacy coordinator, does it or used to do it for her own business. So she was encouraging it. And then when we started talking to Anna about it, it was a bit like, I don't know how to do it either. So we are considering that though as an option going forward, so that, we don't have the bulk of having all of the merchandise in Santina and Arthur's garage and having to get them to send it out.
I think it was before your time, Amy, but, we had birth pools and pumps and, all sorts of things that never went anywhere.
Yeah.
But in saying that,
you might need to advertise for an e-commerce person.
Yeah.
Start fully developing an e-com situation, because we stopped with someone called Ethically Made Easy, and they started as a blog about all ethical brands, and then they developed a store, and now we drop ship with them, and we pay them a percentage for being part of their brand directory, and we do and we ship. So they make the sale, they do the advertising, and we ship it. So, and we pay basically to be on their platform. So that's really it, because all you're doing is putting it on your website. But for that, you need to have like a good store for people for people even wanting to be on your website. But because Homebirth is such a niche market, it's like you could advertise birth pools or birth herbs, and that sort of, it'd be in their interest to be on our platform. But for that, we need to have a good store.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Cool. Well,
I think advertise for a whole a person.
Yeah, an e-commerce specific.
With absolutely that really knows their way around e-commerce.
Yeah. Okay.
And while I'm thinking, I had written down one thing that Amy and I discussed. If I can just hang on, Bear. Hang on. Where's my list? We spoke the other day. Oh yes, and we were talking about. I was saying some parts of the website annoy me a little bit. Like maybe it's not the most user friendly. And Amy said, "Well, have you ever surveyed your members and users on the usability of it?" And I said no. So that's probably a really good idea, to go straight to the source, if you will, and find out what they find good and bad about our website. And, you know, I said it's quite difficult sometimes to get to the member portal, finding the discount codes. It's not really that easy.
No.
So I thought it might be a good idea to work on a survey somehow to find out that information this year on how they get easier access and who's even aware of the discounts and do they know what brands they are. And that could maybe help improving the website and therefore also the discount codes being used more, therefore more advertising, blah, blah, blah.
Yes. Yeah. All right. Awesome. That's a good idea.
And that's it.
Awesome. Thank you. Yes, Donna.
I don't know if it's something that we need to note down, but I, as you are aware, Amy, was running the Inner West meetup group. So I've since moved out to Greystone. So now I've taken over the Western Sydney meetup group in Greystanes, but I've handed over to a lovely lady called Abigail. I can get you her full name if you want to record it.
It's Abigail Zhao.
Zhao,
Z-H-A-O, I think.
Yep.
Yeah.
Z-H-A-O. Yeah. So yeah, she's had a home birth recently with Chantel. She's a home birthing midwife in the US. She's moved out here with her husband. So she's looking to find someone to co-host with though, because of the potential situation of her needing to visit family, her hubby's family in China, and also her family in the US, etc. So she's really keen. She's already popped up dates. I've made her an admin. All the women are familiar with her because she has been coming to the meets for the last year and a half that I've been running them. Like, I don't think she's ever missed a meeting. So she's like, I actually contacted her to take over, and she was like, yeah, sure. And I was like, yes, that was easy.
That's so good.
I've chosen you. So yeah, and yep. And I've also updated all dates and stuff. First one I'm running is on the 1st of March out at Greystanes. I hopefully have found a good park location, but that may change. I just don't know, you know, like how it will go. Yeah. So yeah, but that's it. That was all. I didn't know if that had to be recorded or.
No, I think it's good because I haven't sort of written down where the different people are, you know, coordinating. So from that perspective, it doesn't matter so much, but actually noting down that Abigail is taking over the Inner West one is good. So
actually she may be adding her to the committee messenger group, stuff like that. Yeah,
absolutely.
I'll let you know when she finds her second co-host person though.
Do we need to advertise for it, or is she feeling like she'd prefer to just reach out to some mums she knows?
Well, there's one lady who got back to me because I wrote the post saying that I'm leaving and farewell, etc. But then I wrote who wants to pop their hand up to help co-host with Abigail. And one lady's written me, Grace. She's, I think, in Petersham. Auburn. So she wasn't. Oh no, Wiley Park. Wow. Okay, we've gone around Sydney. So she's in Wiley Park, which is about 15 minutes from Petersham Park. So she was like, I don't know if I'm technically Inner West. And I was like, don't worry about that. Like, you and Abigail can sort out where you want to have it. So she was going to let me know this week if she wants to take the role on. But if she doesn't take it on, Claire Willow said that she will help Abigail. Yeah, so I've got two potential co-hosts there. But if not, I'm sure Abigail might ask around.
Yeah.
Or she might just see how she goes. I don't know.
Easy done. Well, that sounds really good. Thank you so much for handing that over so beautifully.
Oh, good. Thanks.
Amazing. And does anyone else have anything they need to add? No? Awesome. All right. Well, I am going to stop the recording now and say goodbye to anyone that is watching this in the future. And then, we can chat out of the video. Goodbye, members and everyone else.